Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel where we share safe real estate investment tips, talk about property law, and share credible real estate investment opportunities here in Nigeria. Basically, every video on this channel is an asset to real estate investors and property buyers. Finally, on this channel, every subscriber is family, a family of millionaire real estate investors. Welcome. Hello and welcome to another episode on this channel. My name is Raymond Ijoma and I am a real estate entrepreneur as well as property lawyer here in Nigeria. So very quickly today, I'm going to be talking about specifically talking to Nigerians in diaspora and how they can safely and properly invest in real estate in Nigeria without issues. I mean, without stories that touch. That has been a recurring event, a popular event, as a matter of fact, in some years now, and in fact for a long time now. And as a lawyer and as a real estate entrepreneur, I have seen strategies that can help curtail this issue. And that largely depends on the cooperation of Nigerians in diaspora. All right. So basically, today, my name is Raymond Ijoma, and I'm a real estate entrepreneur as well as a property lawyer here in Nigeria. So let's go right into what we're talking about today. This subject matter is such that I've written a book around it, and proud after writing the book, rather, I had to even with more experience coming in the picture, I had to even update the strategies, and some of which I'll share in this particular video that I've not shared in the book. But meanwhile, you can get the book on Seller. There's a link to the book. In fact, my book's on Seller right on the description section of this particular video. All right. So very quickly, first, I like to say that you should never leave everything to trust and relationship. Never ever leave anything or everything as far as it concerns your real estate investment. Never ever leave it to trust and just relationship. As a matter of fact, let me add one other part. Never also leave it to reputation. Never ever leave everything or anything that concerns your real estate investment with trust or trust, relationship, or reputation. We respectfully have had clients who proud to um, the basic point in this particular number one strategy is that those things, relationship matter, trust matters, and reputation matters. However, in the midst of these three factors, make sure that you set up legal systems that will checkmate the trust, the relationship, and the reputation. All right. So in case relationship didn't work out, in case the trust doesn't help the situation, or reputation is not enough to secure your interest, then the legal systems that you have already established can help you do that. That is what I mean in this particular point. So importantly, never ever leave anything to trust. You can use your father or engage your father or your relation or your brother, your younger brother, your twin brother, your sister, anyone to transact for you here in Nigeria. But whilst doing so, ensure that you keep legal systems. That's pretty much that point that I do not intend making this video too long. I just want to make it somewhere around 10 minutes and that'll be yours. So further details and further inquiry, I'm open to all of it. All right. And I think I needed to even say that in the midst of the many relations of friends and agents that aren't trustworthy, that are not trustworthy, there are quite a few I've seen. I have this client of mine who buys a lot of practice for his relations abroad. There's never been any issue, and he represents their interest without mixing it. Of course, he gets his own benefit at the end of the day, but largely his interest, or he acts largely in the interest of his relations and cousins in the diaspora. All right. So in the midst of these strategies I'm sharing, there are quite a few number of persons who are trustworthy, and you can trust that they will do everything right for you. All right. So let's go back to our conversation. Number two is let a power of attorney or let a power of attorney be designed for the purpose of buying properties for you. Only designed for the purpose of buying properties. A power of attorney. A power of attorney is a tool of delegation. All right, a tool of delegation, a legal tool of delegation designed to help someone act on your behalf. All right, and for this particular power of attorney, you can simply design it strictly for the purpose of buying properties and not to sell. So it means that whilst you deal with your relation or you engage your relation to handle that particular transaction for you, you have already set up or through your lawyer set up prepared a power of attorney that only empowers him to buy. So it means that for every transaction that that person engages in, there's a reference to the power of attorney that empowered him or her to buy for and on your behalf. All right. And it means that provided if he's going to deal or have anything to do with selling that property, the lawyer, if that lawyer is good anyway, the property lawyer who that is the seller is going to engage, the buyer is going to engage to buy that property, would ask, yes, I think I'm clearly seeing a power of attorney in this particular for this particular transaction. So it means that there must be a reference to the power of attorney. And when he sees that power of attorney, the lawyer will discover that there is no power to sell. There is only a power to buy. All right. And that makes a lot of sense because it's something that I'm proudly proud to have designed by myself. It's a strategy that I'm proudly uh, associated with. All right, and it works really. And let's rush it. Wow, 6 minutes. Okay, number three, um deal with people who have something to lose. Engage people who have something to lose, something, people who you have perceived to have something they are building or some reputation that they have that they are so critical about or they are so interested in protecting and they don't want to mess up with that reputation. Deal with such people because it means that they will go over and beyond to ensure that they don't have their reputation stained by just one transaction or just one deal. That is critical. That this is a strategy that also works. All right, and yeah, number five, have always have an independent eye in every transaction. Always have an independent eye in every transaction. I'm not going to have to explain again, and I must not exceed 10 minutes. And number next point is um, you could still one very big mistake that most Nigerians in diaspora make is that they just send money to their relations and they say buy this property. They don't even care to follow through with the processes of the transaction. They just send money and their relations begin to buy, and then they buy in their own names. I do not want to tell stories here, but I've intervened in transactions. I've done transactions where their relations are so trustworthy and leave everything to oh, he's my brother, and legally speaking that doesn't make any sense. All right, and for some, they just, in fact, there's one I intervened. The client is in France. The clients are in France because they're a husband and a wife who bought the property or supposed to have bought the property in their names, but the brother eventually bought the property in his own name, wife's name, and even mortgaged it. Very very complicated story, but we had to intervene. I intervened through a colleague who reached out to me, and then we had to do it together. And we eventually saw the problem after 3 weeks of playing. Um, my, oh, sorry, what's this guy's name again? Uh, Forgotten. Okay, so yeah, we literally had to play Harvey Specter, yeah, Harvey Specter and Micros to get that transaction solved, the problems around the transaction solved. And thankfully, we're able to do that. All right. So, the point I'm driving at is never leave everything to chance. That doesn't help you by at all. It doesn't help at all. Never leave everything to chance. And when you're buying, don't just give some money and let them buy for you. Let them buy At best, they should buy in proxy. I mean, for and on your behalf. That's if you don't want to do a power of attorney. They could buy for and not in their name, because if it's in their name, no buyer would suspect that it is not theirs, and nobody is privy to the fact that you sent money to their account. Even as no matter how good a property lawyer is, they wouldn't know that you're the one that sent money to them to buy that property. And them buying in their name simply means it's just that's just the documentary, because the document speaks for itself. That is what the law says. The document speaks for itself. So your documentation, as far as it concerns your legal transactions or investment here in Nigeria, is very important. That's why you need a good property lawyer to handle all of that for you. Okay. Lastly, let me share the last one, and this will also blow your mind. Let me share the last one because I'm already past my schedule. And yeah, get a CFO for your properties. Get a CFO for your properties here in Nigeria. And when you do that, you have a way of registering your title legally. It means that even if you are not around and your brother or whoever wants to sell your property, right? The person who is buying, most likely 99% out of 100 chances, will have to do a search at the registry. And when the person does a search, what the person will find out is that that document or a title is not registered in the name of the person in Nigeria. It is registered, or it was registered in your name. And that's also if you had ensured that the documentation and everything was in your name while you, even though you were not in Nigeria. And that really helps because even though the person selling for you may not even be aware that certain levels or certain things may such things could prevent him or her from buying. The person could just be desperate and want to sell your property, and without realizing that their legal system, that is a very powerful legal system that can help you protect your property even though you are in diaspora. There are a lot of other strategies I have right on my screen here, and of course that I've shared in my book that I titled "Stop Wasting Your Hard-Earned Money." Dollar in Nigeria. And the essence of that title, the essence behind that title, is not that you shouldn't send money at all, but that your every dollar sent to Nigeria has value and must be accounted for duly. You can find a link to that book if you want it on the description section of this particular video. And then, of course, remember this is powered by Fortreal Rei Ltd, the real estate company registered here in Nigeria. And then we're available to help with client sale of properties, investment, consultancy, um, property management, property supervision, all of that. We pride ourselves as that company that is the errand company for your real estate transactions here in Nigeria. And also pride ourselves in not being interested in one-time deals, but being part of our client's success story as the journey to financial success through, I mean, as a journey to to sustainable wealth through real estate investment here in Nigeria and of course beyond. All right. So on that note, I'd like you to subscribe if you haven't, and then share this video, turn on notification, like the video if you do, drop a comment for questions and anything you want to say or reach out to, or um, questions you want to ask via the numbers. Just reach out via the numbers shown right on your screen or on the cover page of this channel. I think I've talked enough for today. And on that note, my name again is Raymond Ijoma, and I'm a real estate entrepreneur as well as a property lawyer here in Nigeria. And on that note, I'd like to say bye bye.